Let's now look at optimizing your title tags. A page title tag is an element in HTML that defines the purpose of a web page in a concise, relevant sentence. A title tag is more accurately labeled an HTML title element, and it is very important for SEO. It is best to keep page title tags simple, concise, and highly relevant to the page it belongs to. A page title tag that is highly relevant to the page it refers to will maximize search engine ranking performance, usability, and user satisfaction as Google measures these. The title tag you use will probably be displayed in a web browser's window title bar, bookmarks, and in clickable search snippet links used by Google, Bing, and other search engines. A highly relevant title tag is the crown of a web page with an important keyword phrase, which accurately describes the page, featuring at least once within it. Managing page titles on your website is a key process for successful technical SEO. Here are some questions to ask yourself about the title tags on your own site. Are the page titles on your website unique and accurately describe the content on the page? Do you create unique title elements for each page on your website? Are your page titles brief but descriptive, with no extremely lengthy or unhelpful text or unneeded keywords? Are the title elements descriptive and concise, avoiding vague descriptors like home or profile? Are the title elements not unnecessarily long or verbose? Does the website avoid keyword stuffing in the title elements? Does the website avoid repeated or boilerplate text in title elements? Does the website brand its titles concisely? Is it clear which text is the main title for the page? Is the title element written in the same language and writing system as the primary content on the page? You must ensure you add the important key phrase to your title element once, preferably in the first 8 words, and not beyond 12 words, and be descriptive and relate specifically to your page. You could maximize usability across devices with a concise title element of up to 60 characters, but take note that that may not be optimal for your page rankings. You must ensure you maximize the keywords you use in a title tag, as it is arguably the most important on-page element to optimize. Stick to about 12 words maximum in a title tag. You must also avoid adding irrelevant keywords to page titles on your site and do not duplicate page titles throughout your site. Each page should have a unique title tag. Use only one title per page on your page, and note that Google joins multiple titles it finds into one. Avoid long titles. Observations could indicate that you penalize yourself with very long titles with irrelevant keywords on specific page types. When writing longer title tags, ensure the first 50 to 60 characters include the primary keyword phrase and that this sentence makes perfect sense, because it will be truncated in search results pages. Optimize for searcher intent where relevant using informational, commercial, navigational, and transactional principles. Use interrogative adverbs, adjectives, and pronouns in page titles where relevant to form questions, such as who, where, why, what, how, etc. Avoid extraneous boilerplate title elements across a site with many pages, site-wide keyword stuffing. Use sentence case for your title tags, without the full stop. Capitalize only the first word in your title tag, excluding nouns. Use punctuation sparingly in your title tags. When using an abbreviation in your title tag, spell out the abbreviation in the first paragraph that follows the title. Brand your site in title tags concisely, if at all. Avoid using ing verb forms as the first word in your page title. Avoid contractions formed from nouns and verbs in your title tag, and double contractions. And, if you stick to those guidelines, your title tags are completely optimized. Do not obsess over your title tags. If they are already relevant, succinct, descriptive, and not duplicated across your site, you are in good shape.
Okay, so, real talk for a sec. SEO reports. They're not exactly the highlight of my day, you know?
I hear you.
It's like spreadsheets and data, and it can make you want to just crawl under your desk sometimes.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But what if I told you there might be a better way, a tool that could take some of that pain away.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
That's what we're diving into today. Hobo SEO Dashboard. We've been digging through their training materials, blog posts, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems like it might just be the shortcut to SEO reporting bliss.
Well, let's find out. What is this Hobo SEO dashboard all about?
So from what I'm gathering, it's this tool designed to basically take a lot of the manual, tedious stuff we do as SEO folks and just automate it.
Okay, automation's always good. Who is the mastermind behind it?
That would be SEO expert Sean Anderson. You might know him as Hobo online.
Ah, okay. I think I've seen his stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all based in Google Sheets. Interesting.
Yeah, which is kind of cool, right? Because it hints at the tool's accessibility.
For sure. Google Sheets, everyone's got that.
Exactly. But then, on the other hand, it also has this potential to be really powerful because, well, Google Sheets can do a lot these days.
Right, right. It's not just your grandma's spreadsheet software anymore.
Okay, but we see a lot of SEO tools out there, right? What makes Hobo SEO Dashboard different? What can it actually do?
So one of the cool things is that it acts as this central hub. It connects to all these different sources of SEO data. Like you've got your Google Search Console, obviously.
Of course, gotta have that.
But then it also integrates with tools like Screaming Frog.
Screaming Frog.
Yeah, have you used that before?
I've heard of it. It's that website crawler, right? Like sends a digital spider through your site.
Exactly. It digs deep into your website and uncovers a ton of technical SEO data.
Okay, so when you say digs deep, what kind of things is Screaming Frog actually looking for, and why does that even matter for SEO?
Oh, man. It's all about uncovering those hidden issues that can really hurt your rankings, like broken links, those dreaded 404 error pages that make people bounce right off your site.
Ugh, yeah, the bane of my existence.
Right. Or like slow loading pages. Google hates those, and users hate them even more.
So Screaming Frog finds all that stuff, and then Hobo SEO Dashboard takes all that data and makes sense of it.
Exactly. And not just from Screaming Frog. It pulls in data from all these different sources. Search Console, your website crawls and turns it into actionable reports, full SEO audits, keyword analysis, backlink profiles. It does it all.
Okay, so instead of me having to manually pull all that data from different places and try to make sense of it, Hobo SEO Dashboard does it for me.
You got it. It's a huge time saver.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal here.
But it goes beyond just gathering data, right? The real magic is that Hobo SEO Dashboard actually analyzes that information and presents it in a way that's easy to understand and, more importantly, act on.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. Because data without action is, well, it's just a bunch of numbers on a screen.
Exactly. You need those insights to actually make a difference.
All right, let's talk about one of the biggest pain points for, I think, anyone who does SEO professionally, client reporting. How does Hobo SEO Dashboard handle that whole beast?
Oh, man. Client reporting, it's the necessary evil.
It's the worst, spending hours putting those reports together.
Yeah, so here's where Hobo SEO Dashboard gets really interesting. It has this built-in client management system. So imagine this. You set a schedule, right? Weekly, monthly, whatever works for you.
Okay.
And Hobo SEO Dashboard automatically generates customized reports for each of your clients. And get this, it's pulling in all the latest data from those integrated sources we talked about. So it's always up to date.
So no more like copying and pasting data from different spreadsheets, trying to make it look pretty?
Nope. Hobo SEO Dashboard takes care of all of that for you. It can even handle sending those reports directly to your clients via email, automatically. And you can customize it with your branding, your messaging, the whole 9 yards. It's like having a personal assistant just for your SEO reports.
Wow. Okay. That right there would be a game changer for a lot of people.
Right.
But we've talked a lot about automation so far, which, don't get me wrong, I am all about automating the boring stuff. But what about actual SEO insights? How does Hobo SEO Dashboard go beyond just spitting out data? What makes it, actually useful for improving your SEO?
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. One of the standout features is something called the Winners and Losers report.
Winners and losers. Okay, tell me more.
It's basically a real-time view of how your keywords are performing. So you can see, at a glance, which keywords are climbing the ranks in Google.
Ah, the winners.
Exactly. And just as importantly, you can see which ones are, well, not doing so hot.
The losers. Okay, so it's like a scoreboard for your SEO, but I'm guessing it's about more than just bragging rights.
Oh, absolutely. This is about strategy, because seeing which keywords are winning tells you what you're doing right, what content Google loves, what search terms are driving traffic to your site that's invaluable information.
Makes sense. So you can double down on what's working.
Exactly. And then, on the flip side, understanding why certain keywords are dropping can help you identify content gaps, maybe some technical issues that need fixing, or even just shifts in how people are searching for things related to your site.
So it's not just about tracking the data, it's about understanding the why behind it and then
Yes,
using those insights to inform your overall SEO strategy.
exactly. It's like having a roadmap, but it's constantly updating based on what's actually happening in the real world.
I like it. It's like having a virtual SEO coach whispering in your ear, telling you what's working and what needs attention. I'm sold on the winners and losers thing.
Hmm.
But let's go back to the automation side for a second. We talked about Screaming Frog earlier, but how does that integration actually work in practice?
It's surprisingly smooth. You can set Screaming Frog to crawl your clients' websites on a schedule that works for you weekly, monthly, whatever makes sense. And it automatically feeds that data straight into Hobo SEO dashboard.
So no more exporting spreadsheets and trying to make sense of the data jungle.
Exactly. Hobo SEO dashboard takes all that raw technical data from Screaming Frog and weaves it into the other reports, giving you a holistic view of your website's SEO health.
That makes a lot of sense. But let's be honest, even with automation, SEO audits can feel overwhelming. You unearth all these potential issues. Where do you even begin?
I've been there. That's why I'm excited about this feature. Hobo Premium SEO Checklist. It's like a super-powered to-do list that helps you prioritize what needs fixing first.
Okay, now you're talking my language. Tell me more about this magical checklist.
Remember how Hobo SEO Dashboard pulls data from Google Search Console and Screening Frog? It takes all that information and cross-references it with Google's Webmaster Guidelines.
Ah, those guidelines. They're basically Google's rule book for SEO, what they deem best practices for creating websites that rank well.
Exactly. So instead of just showing you a laundry list of issues, the Hobo Premium SEO Checklist ranks them by priority, highlighting the ones that have the biggest impact on your ranking according to Google's own standards.
That's incredibly helpful. I imagine it helps you focus on the low-hanging fruit, those fixes that can make a big difference without needing a complete website overhaul.
Absolutely. And if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, Hobo SEO Dashboard lets you slice and dice that data in all sorts of ways. Want to see all your 404 errors in one place? No problem. Need to identify pages with missing H1 tags? You can do that too.
So you have that granular control, which is great for experienced SEO folks who know exactly what they're looking for. But for someone just starting out, the prioritized checklist is a lifesaver.
Precisely. And remember the winners and losers report. That granular tracking isn't just for keywords. You can see how individual pages are performing in search results.
So you can see which pages are climbing the ranks, which ones might be slipping, and get a feel for why those changes might be happening. That's powerful stuff.
It helps connect the dots between your SEO efforts and the actual results. And speaking of connecting dots, Hobo SEO Dashboard has a keyword bank feature that's worth a closer look.
Keyword bank. Tell me more.
It pulls all the keywords your site is ranking for in Google Search Console and stores them in a centralized, easy-to-access location. No more constantly digging through Search Console.
That's amazing. Having all your keywords in one place would make it so much easier to track their performance over time, spot new opportunities, and even see how algorithm updates might be impacting your rankings. Speaking of which, can Hobo SEO Dashboard actually keep up with those dreaded Google algorithm updates?
That's the beauty of it. It's designed to do just that. Hobo SEO Dashboard keeps track of those algorithm updates, flags any potential impact on your clients' websites, and even offers guidance on adjustments you might need to make.
It's like having a crystal ball for SEO. Instead of riding the roller coaster of algorithm updates blindfolded, you have some insights into what's happening and how to navigate those changes.
Exactly. Now, there's one more thing I want to touch on before we move on, and it's a big one, the pricing.
Okay, let's talk cost. Tools with this much functionality usually come with a hefty price tag. What's the catch?
Here's the shocker. There's no monthly fee. Hobo SEO Dashboard is available for a one-time purchase. You heard that right. No subscription, no recurring costs, just one payment, and you have access to this powerful tool.
Wow, that's almost unheard of in the world of SEO software. It's a bold move.
It really is. And while we don't want to delve into the developers' motivations, it certainly seems like there's a genuine desire to make these tools accessible to everyone, not just big agencies with deep pockets.
I can get behind that. Democratizing access to SEO is something I can definitely get behind. But before we get too carried away singing its praises, it's important to remember that Hobo SEO Dashboard is still a tool. It can provide incredible insights and automate a lot of tasks, but it's not a magic bullet.
Absolutely. In the right hands, it can be transformative, but it doesn't replace the need for human expertise, critical thinking, and a solid SEO strategy.
It's true. You can have the best tools in the world, but if you don't know what you're
You're just
doing.
going to dig yourself into a deeper hole, right?
Exactly. But you hinted at something earlier about Google's ecosystem, something about potential pitfalls. What were your thoughts there?
Well, it's been really cool to see how tightly this tool integrates with, Google Search Console, even Google Sheets itself. It's clearly a huge part of what makes it so powerful, so accessible.
Yeah, for sure.
But, and this isn't meant to be a downer or anything, but it does make you wonder.
What if Google decides to switch things up?
Exactly. And we all know how much Google loves a good algorithm update, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they roll out some big changes to Search Console. Who knows?
It's true. They like to keep us on our toes.
So it's not about casting doubt on Hobo SEO dashboard or anything like that. It's more just acknowledging a reality we all face in the tech world. When you rely heavily on one platform, well, your fate is kind of tied to their decisions.
It's like building your dream house on like a shifting sandbar, gorgeous views, but you're at the mercy of the tides. So, what's the takeaway for our listeners? What should they do with all this info?
Don't let this one thing overshadow all the incredible potential we've talked about. I say, go explore Hobo SEO dashboard. See how it fits into your workflow, test it out on a project. Just go in with open eyes. Aware of the opportunities, definitely, but also aware of, the realities of the tech world, how things can change.
Informed decision making. I love that. It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of a shiny new tool, but sometimes you got to take a step back, look at the big picture.
100%.
This has been an amazing deep dive. We went from SEO reports make me want to hibernate for a year to, wait, maybe there's a better way.
I'm glad we could shed some light on things. It's always exciting to see tools that are pushing the boundaries and, trying to make those advancements accessible to everyone.
Absolutely. And to all our listeners out there, if this conversation sparked even a little bit of curiosity, I highly recommend checking out Hobo SEO Dashboard. You might just discover your new secret SEO weapon.
Or at the very least, you'll free up some time in your week.
There you go. That's a win in my book. All right, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of automated SEO reporting. Until next time.
Happy optimizing.